Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay, emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Wednesday night, April the 2nd. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. And we're gonna try and be as positive as we can. We're definitely always timely and we're always trustworthy here. But yeah, 5-0. 5-0. The Vancouver Canucks lose to the Seattle Kraken, an autism awareness night. Autism acceptance night. I should get that right. Autism acceptance night. We can talk about that a little bit as well, but let's get started by doing my usual intros. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston in Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland Province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be watching anyone else, doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you are here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. And you know what I don't take for granted? When you guys are generous, and when you guys are generous even before I get through my intro. So let's give some love right away to Mr. Adam Lee for getting the donation train out of the station. $5 membership gift, franchise membership. Let's give him some love. And this franchise membership goes to Smiley Hello. So nice to have Helen back as a member. Admittedly, I didn't even know she wasn't a member anymore, but that's one way to out people. I'm just kidding. We're not outing anyone at all. Helen, welcome back to membership. And Adam, thank you very much for the generosity. Already a $5 donation, and I am not even through my intro just yet. Ha! So, as I said, thanks, no matter where you're watching from, thank you for being here. Know how much I always appreciate you. Know how much I never, ever take you for granted. Just seeing how messy the side of my desk is right there. But this is how you can get involved in the show tonight. You can subscribe, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that we're together. And like the fact that we continue to build a wonderful community here on YouTube. Quite the contrast to the performance of our hockey team. You can leave a donation. Adam has got the donation train out of the station. Thank you, Adam. But you can continue that chugging. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the donation train. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. By the way, Legends and Hall of Fames, I'll be sending out some invites for our group Zoom chats. Our one-on-one chats taking place over the next week or so. So those are all the ways that you can get involved tonight. And here he is once again at the game himself. Let's see what he has to say. Let's give some love to Justin Incredible, Hall of Fame member Justin Incredible, $5 donation. Appreciate the tickets tonight. No problem. Justin won on a member stream, so he didn't have to outfight like 80 of you for tickets. He only had to outfight 20 of you. So I appreciate the tickets tonight. Shame the team didn't show up. Grateful for your generosity. Well, thank you. And that one was courtesy of Jason Lim, but I'm part of it. But no, I'm glad that it went to you, Justin. Selena and I aged so fast from tonight. Well, I think combined, you aren't even as old as me together, right? So a little aging won't hurt anyone. But let's give some love to Justin in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your generosity as always. So, not sure how I feel tonight because I wasn't at the game. Wednesday night's my church night. My son Jacob was at the game, and he met a couple of people who recognized him, either for him or being my son. I know a good friend of the show, Gerald, went to go take a selfie with him, and he sent it to me. Gerald, I'm not sure if you're in the chat tonight, but if you are, no, you didn't receive an email, Nuckelback, because I haven't sent it yet. I said I'm sending it later this week. I'll be sending it later this week for next week. And Daniel, I have your tickets now. You won the most recent giveaway. I'll be sending those to you tomorrow ahead of Saturday's game. Okay, what was I saying? Yes, I'm not sure if Gerald is in the chat, but I know Jacob saw Gerald. And Mark P, yeah, this is what I was kind of getting at. Like, I'm not sitting here and saying, I told you so, I told you so. But I was kind of outlining as much as a week ago when St. Louis went on their hot streak, just how tough it is for the Vancouver Canucks. It would be for them to make the playoffs. And if you didn't think it was done after Columbus, if you didn't think it was done after the Rangers, if you didn't think it was done after Winnipeg, you got to think they're done now. They basically got to run the table. They had to run the table starting tonight, actually, in all honesty. But I'll get to that during my mid-show sponsor read for sure. Okay, win or lose, we should recap the goals. And yeah, I haven't done a goal recap, you guys, in a week or so because the Canucks haven't won in the past week. So let's get to this. Still got to do this. So we start off with the first goal after the Canucks had some chances, including a nice shorthanded setup of Drew O'Connor by Connor Garland. But it's the Seattle Kraken. Well, they scored all the goals. And this one was a horrible giveaway. See, Jake DeBrusk, see, he's got the puck right there. See how he's got no one around him? He could go this way. He could go this way. But instead, he goes that way, right to Hsmfangirl. Hsmfangirl's fast. He burns Suter. He splits Suter and Hronek. And now look, suddenly he's got a wide open lane to the net. And he puts it past Thatcher Demko. And it is 1-0 with 3 minutes to go in the first period. Second period, halfway through the second period, is Chandler Stevenson. Don't really like this goal. So it starts off as a 3-on-2. And, you know, I get that. Yeah, I guess they're thinking that Joshua is going to catch up to Stevenson. But he doesn't come anywhere close because, look, it's 2-on-2. And then Hronek realizes, oh, shoot, I better get over here because I don't think Dakota Joshua is going to catch up. But by the time he does that, it's too late. And yeah, I don't know why Joshua is so slow here. I don't know if it's at the end of a shift or whatever. And then Stevenson goes really deep. Look where he shoots from. He shoots from there, and he beats Thatcher Demko high glove side. High glove side. Yeah, Ian, that Jakey giveaway was hilarious in the arena. Yeah, I saw your Instagram story. You went 4-6-1. Well, I guess I can't blame you because I think the law of averages, that's about what everyone did. So you went 4-6-1 though with your ice pack. Yeah, Justin, actually, just so I'm going to say the exact same thing. I'm going to say the exact same thing at the halfway point, Mitchell. But here's a spoiler. The Canucks are 8 points back of both the Wild and Blues, who have each of 6 games remaining. Presuming both teams go 500, the Canucks will need to run the table of 7 straight wins to make the playoffs. And that's just to tie them at 95 points. Justin is right. They hold the tiebreaker. So technically, the Blues and the Wild, one of them has to go under 500 and go 2-3-1. They got to get 5 points or fewer, and we got to run the table. But I will show you that all in a little bit. So yeah, over Thatcher Demko's glove hand. You'll hear that again in about 30 seconds. So then the third Seattle goal, this one is, a rim here. And it looks pretty innocent. They're not outnumbered by any way, shape, or form, but a drop pass from McCann to Shane Wright does the whole thing where McCann goes to the net, maybe takes away Demko's eyes a little bit, but not really because he's over here. And then Shane Wright puts this pass over Thatcher Demko's glove. So I wonder if they did a pre-scout on Demko's glove. I didn't really notice that Demko had a bad glove, but maybe just 2 really good shots. Then Burakovsky, this one is another 3-on-2. So similar to the second goal where the Canucks were by 3-on-2, but it's Atu Ratu who's the 2 and not Marcus Pettersson or Derek Forbert, I should say, because Marcus Pettersson's over here. 3-on-2. Ratu gets turned around, doesn't know what he's looking at. McCann, beautiful pass to Burakovsky, 4-0. And then Adam Larson with the empty netter just Canucks pulled their goalie 5 minutes left. It gets across to him on the right side. Hughes tries to check him, but Larson, too big, too strong, puts it in the empty net. 5-0. 5-0. Shots were 9-7, 7-7, 8-5. So the Canucks actually outshot Seattle 24-19. They out-face-off them. No one scored on the power play. We had twice as many hits. We had twice as many penalty minutes. They had a lot of blocked shots. So you look at the box score. Who cares about Seattle? You look at the Canucks. Obviously, with no goals, there's nothing to really talk about. Up top, ice time, Suter had 21 minutes and 40 seconds. Besser had 20. Low man was Joshua at 10-11. Even Lekkerimäki got more than him at 13-48. Joshua's, had someone, I won't mention his name unless he says so on the stream. Someone mentioned him. Not very happy with Joshua's play right now. 4 shots for Besser, 3 for Sherwood, 3 for DeBrusk. DeBrusk also had that one horrible giveaway. 2 block shots for Garland. And then when it comes to hits, there's Sherwood with his 7 hits. Joshua had 3. On defense, Quinn Hughes has 27 minutes. Low man was DPD at 15. And then shots, 2 from Tyler Myers led the team. 2 blocks from Pettersson and Hughes. Then 3 hits from Philip Hronek and 3 hits from Tyler Myers. Tyler Myers, by the way, missed the last half of the third period. So Rick Tocchet said he was banged up. You look at the scores. And it is a 5-4. The Rangers beat the Wild. Wild do get a point, though. And that's the team we're... Now isn't it amazing how we've taken our focus away from St. Louis and now we're focused on Minnesota? You had the Capitals. So this game was interesting for 2 reasons. Number one, Ovechkin scored. So he's only 3 goals away from breaking Gretzky's record. Now I think he might do it this season. And there are so many fights, something like 112 penalty minutes in the last 10 minutes of the game. Go look it up if you haven't seen all these fights in these Hurricanes Capitals. Of course, Tom Wilson was right in the middle of it. Then a very dirty slew foot from Jalen Chatfield on Connor McMichael. Toronto beats maybe a second-round opponent in Florida, 3-2. You had the Avalanche scoring with 10 seconds left and then beating the Blackhawks. And then, of course, the ugly 5-0. So you add it all up, and this is what it looks like. Toronto clinches a playoff spot. They've opened up a small lead over Tampa and Florida, but it's still not over. Washington will win the division, even though they got crushed by Carolina tonight. So that could be a good second-round matchup. Ottawa safely in the first wild card, and it's still a battle. Look, Montreal, big win. New York, a big win. So they're tied with Montreal. Montreal has a game in hand. Columbus is still hanging around. They're 2 points back with a game in hand as well. So looks like it could be a 3-horse race for that last wild card spot. Montreal, New York, and Columbus. In the West, where we reside, Winnipeg, 4 points up on Dallas, but Dallas has a game in hand. So race is not over. Vegas opening up over LA and Edmonton. LA a slight lead over Edmonton. Then here's what I was saying. Minnesota and St. Louis each have 89 points with 76 games played. So 6 games left. I'm not even talking about Calgary here, and who's ahead of us in points and in games played. We are 8 points back of the Minnesota Wild and St. Louis Blues with a game in hand. So the Canucks are 8 points back of both Wild and Blues, who each have 6 games remaining. Presuming both teams go 500, I mean the Wild and the Blues, the Canucks will need to run the table with 7 straight wins to make the playoffs. But that's actually not right. 7 straight wins is 14 points, gets us 95. If they go 500, they go 95, and they hold the tiebreakers because they have way more regulation wins than we do. So we have to finish actually a point ahead of them. So that means even if we run the table, and remember, we have to play Vegas twice, Dallas, Colorado, Anaheim, and Minnesota. That's not great. So, and San Jose, those are our 7 games remaining. Even if we win all 7, Minnesota or St. Louis has to get fewer than 6 points. They got to get 5 points or fewer. So you get like that 0-5 or whatever it is, 0-1-5. They have 6 games left. But they can't get more than 6. They can't get more than 5 points. So I don't know what to tell you. I wanted the Canucks to make the playoffs all season. I knew about 2 weeks ago that it was going to be very, very tough. And today's loss, while it doesn't mathematically eliminate them, you got to be realistic. You can't sit here and say, all the Canucks have to do is win the next 7. How are they going to win the next 7? How are they going to win any the way they played today? And I'm not dumping on the team. I thought their effort was okay. It wasn't great tonight. I don't think Rick Tocchet was particularly pleased with his effort of all his players. And I recognize the Canucks are shorthanded right now without three of their top 9 forwards. I recognize all the crazy things that have happened this season, but there's going to come a time where we can't use those as excuses, and maybe you're not, but they're legitimate reasons. But every team goes through adversity. And even with all the crazy stuff that happened, Demko's injury, Dakota Joshua's injury, Miller's leave of absence, Miller and Petey fighting, Hughes, Hronik, Pedersen, Besser, everyone getting hurt, for all the main guys getting hurt, for some, Demko, multiple injuries. They still had chances to win games. They still had chances to not give up 3-goal leads, not give up. It's tough. I'm not in the business of making excuses for this team. I'm not going to go too hard on them and say, completely rag on them either, because there was adversity. But ultimately, as Quinn Hughes said today, I love Quinn Hughes' attitude. He was asked a question about, is this team mentally tired? He said, or physically tired. He goes, well, I don't think anyone's on the St. Louis Blues is complaining they're tired. And what a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant statement. He was comparing our team to the team that basically left us in the dust. And he said, no, there's no way any of them were going to say they're, even if they are. Quinn Hughes' point was, everyone's tired right now. So you can't use that as an excuse. It's not like the Canucks are the only team that are tired. So some thoughts for you off the top of my head. And like I said, I didn't watch this whole game. It's Wednesday night, so I missed the first period. Reading some of your comments, it sounds like some of you guys were late or you didn't watch the whole game. I'm not upset. But because I'm not surprised. I think that's what it is, you guys. I'll be honest. I'm not upset because I'm not surprised at the results of the last 2 weeks. And that doesn't mean I was resigned to the fact that we stink. It doesn't mean that I'm using all of the adversity as an excuse. I'm not surprised. They for the most part, they've played really hard. They played really hard on that road trip, but they don't have the guns. They don't have the skill. They don't have the luck to. And they had all those things last year, and they don't have any of those this year. So I think the bottom line for me, and you're gonna say I'm a broken record. I'm gonna say this over the next 2 weeks and beyond into the summer. And I've heard other people start to say it, not because they're copying me, but I definitely was among the first to say it. I don't think we were as good as we were last year, but we're not as bad as we are this year. So where's the truth? Obviously somewhere in the middle. Is it closer though to the 2023-2024 team, or is it closer to the 2024-2025 team? Okay, friends, I will do my Mitchell sponsor read early, and then I will happily go to all of your questions and comments, and then just to see how you're feeling on this fine Wednesday night. And I always start off my Mitchell sponsor read by thanking my primary sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market, and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout when you do so. Shout out to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. And I will say that Gassy Jack and I have been talking. He's going to send me 4 new prints. I ordered 2 Quinn Hughes, 1 Elias Pettersson, 1 Connor Garland. And he's going to continue to be a sponsor on this channel, which is pretty darn cool. So thank you to Gassy Jack Art, and thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Also, thanks to everyone who has purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. Really appreciate you. This is how you get involved. You can subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. You can leave a donation. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And then 2 other things I want to talk about. The first one. So last night, I talked about the fact that a friend of the show, Joshua Griffith, had a pair of tickets that he was going to donate to me to give away for tomorrow. For tonight. But then I told him I actually found someone to buy the tickets. So I was able to get him some of his money back because he wasn't able to go to the game. He was grateful for that, yet he still wanted to be generous. So it sounds like tomorrow night we will be giving away a pair of tickets to the April 14th San Jose game, courtesy of Joshua Griffith. So yes, tomorrow night won't be a game night, but you will want to come here if you want yet another chance to win a pair of Canucks tickets. So that's tomorrow night at 11 p.m. And then, as I mentioned earlier in the show, for Legends and Hall of Fame members, on Thursday or Friday, I will send out a link to our one-on-one chats that I'll do on select days throughout next week. So I look forward to chatting with all of the Legends and Hall of Fame members over the next week or so, one-on-one. All right, friends. Donations have dried up a little bit, which is fine. I was happy with those early ones from Adam and Justin, but a reminder that you can still donate throughout the show. But more importantly, let's go. Your questions, your comments. If you wrote something already, that's fine. But I am starting right now. By the way, got your email line change. I don't want to give away your first name in here unless you're okay with it. And I will respond to it in kind. Yes, we'd love to collab one day, but I did get your email for sure. We need a better power play coach. It was not great tonight. They went 0 for 3. I wonder how much, if at all, the Sedins are involved with the power play. By the way, I'm not sure if Lucas had a role tonight, but it was autism acceptance night. And I do know the little boy and his younger sister that played during the intermissions and before the game. Those are actually members of my church, which is pretty cool. What are the Canucks? What are they going to do in the offseason? I think they're going to spend their money on forwards. That's what I would do. I'm happy with the goaltending and the defense, despite what we saw tonight. I think it's fine. But we got to spend money on beefing up our forwards, especially our high-end talent. We're going to have Carlson, Oman, Lekkerimäki, Ratu, all those guys pushing up and taking cheap spots on the roster, which is great. So that means we should spend some big bucks on the big and the heavy end of our roster. Can we start the draft simulator now? We're going to have a lot of time to do that after April 18. Zal, I'm not doing that just yet. Injuries and off-ice drama aside, who's to blame? I'm not blaming anyone, Fangirl. That's tough. Because I'm not blaming Rick Tocchet. I'm not blaming Alvina Rutherford. I'm not blaming the players. So I don't know who else there is to blame, quite frankly. I'm not saying you do this. I think it's easy to go and try and pick someone or something to blame, but I'm not sure we need to go there just yet. Citizen Protection says the owner. Too much passing, need more shots. We got 24 shots tonight. Okay, Clay, your call. Number 1, number 2, number 3 positions we need most help in. Not like you aren't going to say anything we don't know. Okay, well, why do I have to answer? Okay, I will say center, top 6 winger, and yeah, I'm fine with D and goaltending, and then depth winger. So all 3 of my positions, I go center. We'll go center, right wing, left wing then. Dumb Chase is annoying. Yeah, that's the way they play, though. All right, Tyler. Can't wait to talk with you. Line changed. What's all the force blind pass in the middle of the ice tonight? Yeah, I started off the DeBrusque one being obviously the most glaring one. Do you think Vancouver needs to get checked out the NHL free agents this coming summer? Yes. If you're asking Simon, do the Canucks need to dip into the free agent pool? Absolutely, yes. They got some young guys coming up, which are good, but they're not good enough just yet. Citizens get rid of the coach too. Do you think Joshua will get traded? You know, it's funny, Nuckelback, you mentioned this because I've heard a couple people kind of concerned of why did we sign him for that contract. Yes, he had a enormous battle with cancer, but he's not playing well. I think he's got 11 points, right, in 50 games. That's not great. I don't think he's going to get traded, though. I don't think he's got any trade value, though. Hey, Yrvin, I do not know if the Canucks have a clear-cut identity. Last year, it was interesting. Their identity was scorers in the first half of the season. Then they played great shutdown D in the second half of the season, and that's what propelled their playoff run. So they're neither of those right now. Zal, I think we don't have enough guys who have enough killer instinct, quite frankly. That's what it is. And then even Rick Tocchet talked about today how a lot of guys were nervous because this was like a game 7 or do or die, and they got nervous. But I think when it comes to Leeds specifically, to answer your questions, Al, I actually think they don't have enough guys with killer instinct. They don't have enough guys that have been there before. I blame the owner, says Charlie. Yeah, what was the arena like, Justin? My son Jacob was there, and he said it was quite quiet, and it felt like it too. Will you do a free agency day stream? Probably not, because if that is July 1st, and if it's when I think it is, I may be at camp for work. Oh no, actually I won't be. I'm going to camp on the next day. So maybe I will, but we'll see. We'll see how much the Canucks do. That's a good idea, Irvin. That's a good idea. We missed the net and sent the puck in the too many jerseys tonight. That's fair, Daniel. Forwards, we need there you go, a center, left wing, and a right wing. With this horrendous result tonight and the players' lack of response, do you think it's less likely that Rick Tocchet stays as coach? No, Darren, I don't pin it on one game. And it's so hard to say on a flat performance like this. Do you blame the players or do you blame the coach? Maybe it's a bit of both. I don't know. What about defense? I'm actually okay with our defense, especially with Tom Verlander coming. It's not a perfect defense, but I think Pettersson and Mancini will give us good value. And I like our top four of Hughes, Myers, Hronek, and Marcus Pettersson. Do I like seeing the Josh Rat Sherwood as a line? I liked them against Columbus. I haven't liked them since. Yeah, not heavy booing, but there was certainly a smattering of boo, Shannon, for sure. People are frustrated. The brush turnover was brutal. I agree. Simon, this question is a bit out of left field. I don't know enough about the Lions. I know Nathan Rourke's back. I want him to do well. I know there's going to be a lot of roster turnover, as there always is. But let's talk about this closer to the CFL season, if that's cool. Hey, Jessica. I feel like if Huggy likes talk, Huggy should let talk walk. Just because the system has been exposed too much, and then I would want to play under a better coach. Like keep Gaunch and Foot. Bye-bye. Oh, I feel like if Huggy likes talk, you're saying if you love someone, let them go, right? Interesting. I thought you could say if Huggy loves talk, then you got to keep him. Love Kiefer. Why are Vancouver fans so sad right now? What do you think, RSA? Are you trolling? I don't think Adam Foote is an NHL quality coach. Yeah, he's a big name, though. During his time with the Rockets, he wasn't good in the overused guys. Okay. And he's not the main guy right now, but it sounds like Tocchet does lean in on him. Joshua was not well. Let's see how he starts next season before axing him. I like his effort from the previous healthy season. That's fair, Mark. That's fair. We need centers. Our D is better than it will be ever for this team right now. Our goalie, I still believe in Demko, but our center is gaping hole. Yep. And our wingers. Hey, Trev. I hope you had a good show tonight. Miller had a killer instinct. Yeah, he was pretty good. Without naming names, should we go for big fish or stop gaps in free agency? Big fish. It's time for some big fish hunting. That's how you keep Quinn Hughes here. You go big fish hunting. Hockey pool. My mom's work pool, which I thought I was going to win, I actually got caught, and I was in second for a while. But you get 3 trades a year. I still had 2 trades, so I traded away Erik Karlsson for Rasmus Dahlin, and I traded away one of my forwards for Ryan Donato, and now I'm back in first place. So that's going to be down the wire. And then my church one, my fantasy one, where I was winning, and that one I dropped to second. I'm now trying to hold off the third place guy. Miller was a death blow. You mean trading him? Expectations for the offseason, spend money in free agency. Although Nucks are not that good as we thought, we'll be in the chase this late. To be in the chase this late for a playoff spot is good. I mean, at least not in the basement like other teams have been a while. Daniel, on one hand, that is true. On the other hand, some people would rather us be closer to the bottom for a higher draft pick. If you're not going to make the playoffs, then you don't want to be too close to the bar, right? If you had your chance to figure out to retool, rebuild this team and start over with an expansion draft and give this current roster to the next city, what would you do? I would still retool / rebuild. I wouldn't start anew with a expansion roster because I think the rules are going to be tighter, more like Seattle rules and Vegas rules. And Vegas did do a masterful job. Seattle, not so much. And you can see, even though they whooped us today, you can see they're paying for it right now. Their lack of foresight. I just think with pieces like Pettersson, if he's good, Hughes and Demko, and even the secondary pieces like Hronek, I think that you have enough players here for a good base, better than you would get in an expansion draft. And I get it, expansion draft, you have draft picks to play with, you have money to play with, but I don't know if I go there. Good question, though. If Big Z was still in the locker room, do you think Miller and PD could have coexisted? No. I don't. I think their issue was bigger than what one man could solve, quite frankly. Yrvin asking a question to Trev, which is cool. Arena was quiet, loud boos for U.S. Anthem. Crazy Pete tried to statement that the fans were walking out in droves early, and then the team got booed off. Not good. How would I change the lines for next game? It doesn't really matter, Fangirl. I don't think that's the issue. With this roster right now, I would go. I'd still go Suter, DeBrusque, Besser. I'd put Lekaramaki up with. Oh gosh. Go Lekaramaki, Ratu, and I know he's with all the Swedes right now. Yeah, I'm trying to get to Bluger, Joshua, Garland. So if I have Bluger, Joshua, Garland, and I have Suter with PD, Suter, DeBrusque, and Besser, that means that's Lekaramaki, Ratu, and then one. You can't put Sherwood, he's a righty, so. Oh gosh, Carlson, I guess. Well, he's a righty too. Oh, you're gonna have a double righty, and then that leaves you with Oman, Sherwood, and no. Let's go O'Connor with Lekaramaki and Ratu, and then leaving a fourth line of Joshua. No, I have Joshua, Garland, and. This is funny. This is what happens when you don't have it written down. Okay, I got it. I would go Suter, Besser, DeBrusque. I would go Ratu, Lekaramaki, O'Connor. Then I would go Bluger between Garland and Joshua. And I'd go Mon, Carlson, and whoever I'm missing. Sherwood. That's what I would do. Who do you want to make the Eastern Conference wild card? Not Montreal, actually. But do I want the Rangers? Because I know RSA wants me to say Columbus. Columbus would be a feel-good story. Yeah, let's go Ottawa and Columbus. Leos can't do worse than last year. But the way Miller acted out wasn't right, motivating P the wrong way. Here we go. Trev, I know you like the decor, but we are getting killed out there, and the decor is healthy. Why are we not worried about this? Asking for a friend. Yeah, you can be worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Decor to me is more than just the six defensemen playing. It's obviously the forwards coming back and helping. And I do think PD's a good defensive forward. I do think Höglander and Hito with their aggression and their speed, they help a lot. Having said that, yes, the six guys haven't performed great. But I wouldn't mind seeing what DPD Mancini do together without Forbert. I'm not blaming Forbert either. So I'm still confident. I really am. I'm confident. Or maybe I'm just confident in this decor compared to what it used to be at the start of the season. Basically, you're subtracting Soucy and Juleson and Desharnais for DPD and Mancini and Marcus Pettersson. I think Tom Verlander is going to be a huge help. So I'm still fine. I'm fine with them. And when you're looking at the margins, if you have PD and Mancini and Verlander on the roster next year, DPD, they're all going to be making $1 million or less, which is good, which is really, really good. If Verlander and Mancini all develop on track, I can see one of them getting traded. Yeah, but you know, there's nothing wrong with having a bit of depth for sure. Should the Canucks look into bringing Malhotra as an assistant coach? I don't think you bring him as an assistant. You either bring him as the head coach or you leave him in Abbotsford. I don't know. I did say on your stream in December that tanking might be the right thing. You did? Okay. I believe you. Who else other than Hronek will take some ice time from Hughes on that decor? I think there's upgrading to do there. Well, Pettersson and Hronek can play big minutes. I think they are overplaying Hughes right now. Lankinen next game. Yeah, you could. Considering it's Anaheim, it's on Saturday. There's 2 days. Yeah, there's 2 days actually. So Demko could play again too. No, I'm not going to do a 24-hour live stream in the summertime. I only do it in the fall. And I've only done 2. It's not like it's an annual thing either. So I got to figure out if it makes sense to do it every fall. Would it be better if we let go of Taka earlier this year and get a new coach for a fresh new start that maybe could have given the team a spark? No, I don't think so, Daniel, because Remember, he won the Jack Adams. So how early are you going to release a guy? And it's not like the Canucks sucked at the start of the year. They couldn't hold a lead once in a while, but it's not they were brutal. So I don't think it would have been a right move. I think it's easy to say now we should have let him go back then, but back then he was fine. He was fine. I do not think that Tocchet's Philly bound. I don't actually. Retool. If you rebuild, you lose Quinn Hughes. Yeah, no, for sure. Tyler, I've been talking about that actually a lot on this show because I think you just ask Quinn Hughes what he's willing to do. Whatever he wants to do, you do it. If he says rebuild, you rebuild. If he says retool, retool. If he says blow it up, you blow it up. Shannon and Coach Rob, hope you guys are having a great trip. Right now, I'd retool and let Quinn go. Go let him be happy. He had his run at trying to make the Vancouver Canucks good, but if he really wants to win a cup before his brothers last season with us, I'm going to respectfully disagree with this. You do not let probably your best player in franchise history go. No, I think you do whatever it takes. We might not ever get a guy like him, and it's one thing. It's one thing to do the noble and honorable thing and let him go and be happy, but I just don't think that's how it works. So I really appreciate that thought. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Call a bunch of rookies up from the farm team. Mark, isn't that what we have right now? We got 7 guys or 6 or 7 guys from Abbotsford right now. I wish people would stop waffling on about Miller. He's gone and end of story. You know what's funny, Murray? I have a similar sentiment. I wouldn't say it like that, but you notice I never bring him up. I never bring him up anymore. Unless someone else does, which is fine. And people are welcome to do that too, because he's a big part of the Canucks' success over the past few years. I get it. I totally get it. If we are toast, use that. Other teams playing hard. Give our new blood a taste of working to stay alive hockey. Oh, huh? If we are toast, use that. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What's the kind of player you want the team to pick in the draft? A lethal scorer. I don't know how many of those there are this year. We're like the lovesick ex, drunk calling all the time. I wouldn't know anything about that. Columbus for the Eastern wildcard spot. That's fair. Does Nuckelback have to make the top 6 next season in order not to be labeled a project instead of a prospect? Not necessarily. Next year will be his first full year. I think he's got to get into the top 6 in the next 2 years. But to me, Rain, doesn't have to be next year. Shannon says we shouldn't have traded him. Imagine the haul that we would get for Hughes. Hey, Clay, can you open and how can Vancouver get higher in the draft? Well, they get higher in the draft by losing more games, but I don't think they would do that. And no, they're not as bad as the worst 5 teams, so they won't get to top 5 unless they win the lottery. Thought Rangers were going to light it up with JT, but Habs need to win tomorrow to keep the last wild card. Yeah. Oh, you'll be there for the game. Sweet. Did the NHL change the rules to allow aluminum and graphite sticks, or was there no rules about what materials? I don't know anything about that. I just know that a lot of sticks break all the time. Lekkerimäki, Suter, Bester, first line. See how it works. Give Lekkerimäki a shot in his first line role. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You got 2 righties on there, but that's fine. I think we have 5 righties on there anyways. I think more people want to know what really happened. Yeah, Shannon, I think there are people that want to know. I think others, yeah. I think a lot of people want to know. I think others want to move on, and they actually don't care. But to each his own, for sure. Sweet. You're going to watch Montreal and Boston at Bell Center? That's awesome, Fillmore. Can't just hire and fire coaches every other year. Yeah, no, it's true. 4 coaches in 4 years would not look good, for sure. Hey, Rosie, you're at the game tonight. Was it rough? You see my son, Jacob? Jacob was in my seats tonight, or at least in one of my pairs of seats. You can't sit in more than one pair of seats unless okay, never mind. Demko to Hobo night. Was the game as bad as it looked? Couldn't watch. I only watched the 3rd period. It didn't look great. That's for sure. Hey, Trev, everyone hit the like button. It's free. Yeah, it is free. Canuck Clay provides great content. Thank you, Trev. I hope you are doing well. Hope you had a good show tonight. Since Petey is so close to Hughes, I think Hughes needs Petey for him to stay. Yeah, I do not disagree with that. Quinn would say sell a team. Connor Bedard, that's going to be tough. Which 5 Canucks on the roster would be great at Family Feud? I don't know if the same guys that would make for good TV would be good for the actual family. I think Quinn Hughes, he seems just really smart. I'd go like a lot of the guys. English isn't their first language, or they aren't wizards at English. I go Brock. Thatcher seems pretty smart. I'm not just picking American guys, but I guess I am so far. Let's go Sherwood. I think he's good. And let's throw a wild card in there, Lankinen. So those are my 5. Should we ask Hughes if we get a bad start next year? Tank for McKenna? McKenna would be the center who would be retool. I don't think Quinn Hughes would ever say tank. Quite frankly, I don't think anyone with any competitive integrity would say tank, at least not publicly. To make him stay and be on a choke chain, that cruel, ain't it? Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I just don't think you can draw a straight line from A to B and say just because he stays means it's going to be brutal. Like, I get what you're getting at. I'm just not there yet. Give Hughes the opportunity to be in on who we get. Yeah, make him part of those management meetings. Shannon, I think that's a tricky thing. And I think Yrvin's point is that as much as we want to hear the truth, we will never hear it from the Vancouver Canucks. They will never come out and say, okay, everyone, just so you know, this is just to clear the air, this is what happened. No, they want it gone. They want it not to be talked about. And just knowing who's part of Canucks PR, there's no way that they're going to come out and actually, you won't hear it from the team. I'll just put it that way. As much as you want to, which I totally get. Yeah, and Yrvin says, hard to say if the Canucks would ever disclose that. Quinn from Florida would probably like living in Southern Cal. Oh, you want him in LA, do you, BC? Flip the current Canucks with Abby. They are an 11-game win streak. I want McKenna. Sure, yeah, his stats are amazing. Limited on callouts. A lot of guys listen to their coach, and that's why Abby's having success. DuPont, I don't know anything about him, but I don't know anything about any prospects. Shannon says, go get your Victoria Royals tickets. Need another top 4 center. 39 points in the last 10. That is crazy, Justin. No SGP, it's tomorrow night. The giveaway is tomorrow night. If the boys have a magical bug that puts most of the team down for the rest of the season, we have call-ups. Well, emergency call-ups, sure. If we were to rebuild, I would like Bedard, McKenna, and maybe London DuPont. Okay, sure. And then Celebrini. Why not? All those guys. Rose are playing better than the Canucks. Sort of the same reason why St. Louis is winning. What's that? What's the main reason why they're winning? DuPont is projected to be hugging Makar combined. That's crazy. That's crazy. Blues drafted good players over the years. Ask 100 Canucks fans what NHL player they most want. What is available? Oh God, that would get fun. I think there's a lot of Marner fans actually. The reason we can't move on from JT Miller conversation is because people all the time say we need a 2C or an effective and rough top 6 forward. We literally had that. How much will Sam Bennett cost? Sam Bennett will cost at least $6.5 million, I think. At current cap hit, what is Forbert's cap hit? 1.5. Cole's a lot more than that, right? I think every dollar counts. I think I take Forbert. Hughes is the type of player whose jersey numbers should hang from the rafters of Rogers Arena someday. You need to do anything to make that happen. I agree. I looked at the Blues depth chart. It looks like such a no-name lineup outside of Shen, Binnington, Kyrou. Oh, I see what you're saying. Bennett would be sweet. Miller thing is like a fart in the room. You won't ever know who ripped it. Yes, that's a good analogy. Shows you what team unity, which the Canucks don't have, will do for you. Jake Neighbors is good, yeah. Probably $8 million, 6 or 7 years for Bennett, but he'll be sought after by other teams. So, wow, I undershot then. You think he's going to make 8? Okay, that's fair. Landon DuPont is the latest major junior phenom. Okay, I have to look him up. Holloway Broberg, yep. At least the Abbey Nucks, Vancouver Giants, and Whitecaps doing good this year. Yeah, Whitecaps won 1 tonight, right? Dare remind everyone, the Canucks have absolutely terrible draft lottery luck. Yeah, and that's usually based on when we're in the top 10 with a chance, not in the mushy middle. All right, I will look DuPont up for sure. Rose are doing good. It's quite sad we trade a lot of good players. Always good at, or did we just give up on them? Talk about McCann's, Jake Neighbors. Well, did we ever have Jake Neighbors? The McCann one hurts for sure. Gustav Forsling, that one hurts as well. Those are 2 to name. Dylan Gunther, we could have had 8 or 9 for tons of years. That's fair, Trev. 3-0 in the first round of the playoffs. Do you acknowledge that there's a reason other than talent that led to the Canucks trading JT? Good question. Who Canucks drafted every round this year since they have all 7 picks? That's true. They do have 7. Yeah, that offer sheet for Holloway and Broberg, it's looking really good right now. Holloway was a steal. Canucks need their McKinnon, hence McKenna. Then Bedard will leave Chicago to play with his cousin in Vancouver. Okay, let's do that. I did not know they were related. That's cool. Bro, Connor rarely knows Gavin. How do we know? I think the Oilers are kicking themselves about letting Holloway go. Yeah, imagine if they somehow meet in the second round of the playoffs. St. Louis Blues by wildcard Handy is greater than NHL St. Louis Blues. Huh? By WC Handy. What's a WC Handy? I don't even know what that means. Competitor soft appeal. JT is a playoff type player. Connor and Gavin trained together in the offseason. Very good. Very good. Very good. All right. 11:47. Let's go for 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Canucks related, non-Canucks related, whatever you want to ask, I'll answer. 14 years of trying to make the playoffs. Isn't it crazy to think of? I think it's time, unfortunately. We wasted a top 5 D-man of all time. You think it's done, James? You think the window's closed? Do you think the Blues will win it in 2019? I don't know if they'll win it. I just don't. They're playing great. Can't deny that. But I don't know if they have the high-end talent to make it all the way. Oh, you asked him after the Pats game. Cool. The music is better than the team. I don't even know what that means either. We need a mix of softish players and playoff type. You want soft? What's a softish player? Yes, Edmund. My daughter Kayla and I had Gami sushi today. We got their Love Boat, a bunch of sushi for 2 people, and we devoured it while watching the third period. WC Handy. I thought you said I can't believe I said wildcard Handy. WC Handy is a blues artist and song St. Louis Blues released 1920. Thank you. Very good. Though on Oak Street traffic. What did I miss, Nuckelback? What did I miss? Good. Yrvin and Trev keep talking about Miller. All good. It was when Bedard was with the Pats after the game in Vancouver when Gavin was getting huge publicity. Nice. Speaking of nice, thank you, Line Change, my new best friend, with the $2 donation. Let's give Line Change some love in the chat. Thank you, Line Change, for the $2 donation. Yes, the construction on Oak Street. What about it? I must have missed something else you said, Nuckelback. Construction on Oak Street. It's getting a little better, actually. Weird. I've seen many people that say Connor barely knows Gavin. Well, who says that? How do they know? Oh, TLC. That's what I should call them. One of my favorite bands, TL and Tender Love and Care. Line Change. I'm going to call you TLC from now on. It's up to you. I love Kobe. I love Kobe restaurants. Kobe Steakhouse in downtown Vancouver. That's my favorite, I think. Arena music is good, better than the team. Do you like roundabouts? As Coach Rob doesn't because people don't know how to go around them properly. That's a question I've never been asked about my traffic preferences. Yes, I like roundabouts. I'm fine with them. No, actually, they're okay. Because you're right. I agree. Some people don't know how to use them properly either. I want sushi. I had sushi for the first time like a couple months after surgery. Also a few more days to 1 year. Wow. We're almost a year away, Taylor. That's crazy. And I eat way too much sushi. There's a Catholics in Lent. We're not supposed to eat meat on Fridays. It's supposed to be a day of sacrifice. And so the easiest non-meat to eat is sushi and sashimi. But it's kind of defeating the purpose because it's not really a sacrifice when I go eat sushi on Fridays because I eat it so much anyways. One day, Clay, can we hang out in the Bay? And won't talk Canucks, but we'll go to some shows at Yoshi's. Sure. Yeah, let's do that, Fillmore. Brock Besser is soft. He doesn't do nothing out of being physical. He's got good. He's not bad on the boards, but you're right. He's not the toughest guy ever. Favorite restaurant is Anton's. Big. Is that the one with the massive portions? I made a video called "You Think It's Bad Now." Guess what? I was right. It got worse. Ha! The prognosticator. TLC it is. A roundabout number 3 would be a roundabout anywhere in Richmond would be horrible. Knuckleback. Favorite type of sushi? Salmon sashimi. probably. I'll take your word for it, Tyler. I don't care. Taylor, I'm 11 years post-jaw surgery. There you go. They don't visit in Yukon much, but Gavin trained in Vancouver together since Yukon didn't have big hockey programs. They always trained together in Vancouver. I love healthy conversations. There's more than two sides to this story. Ooh, dun dun dun. Top 3 for me: tuna, salmon, tuna, and cucumber mackies. Yeah, we gotta expand your palate. Those are good. Those are good, safe start off ones. But we're gonna expand your palate one day. A roundabout in Richmond. Are you suicidal? Yes. I can already see the memes and the Facebook pages already starting. Am I a big fan? Okay, we're going to Japanese food now. Am I a big fan of shrimp tempura? Not a huge fan. I enjoy it. I like prawn tempura for sure, but it wouldn't be the first thing I order immediately. Upcoming movie you're excited for? None. I don't know anything about movies in the theaters. Do I think Tocchet will be back next season? Huh. I don't know. He doesn't look very happy to me. He doesn't look like he's enjoying what he's doing. I like him a lot. I want him to be back. Wow, what a cop-out if I'm 50-50. I want to put it at 50-50 or 60-40 yes, but I'm going to go 60-40 no. Dragon rolls are the best. I'll take your word for it. How often will I stream in the summer? TBD, to be determined. I don't think we're doing any major trips. I'm not like going to Korea or the Philippines for 3 weeks this summer. So I don't know. And I have some ideas of what I want to do content wise, but I got to fine tune them a little bit. Yes, Shannon is in Victoria. 9 months to now with final exams. California rolls. Yeah. Okay. I always say that California rolls is perfect, like Caucasian person sushi. And that's not being racist to Caucasian people. It just, Caucasian people usually think of California roll because they like the imitation crab or whatever, but they might not like raw fish, which I totally get. But then I'm the opposite. I don't like California roll. I like the raw stuff for sure. Shrimp tempura and fries. California roll is a Vancouver invention. Is that true? I do love sashimi, or however you spell it. Close enough. It's SASHIMI. Others I don't like because of the stuff they put in others. That's fair. All right, now everyone's talking about sushi, which is great. Minecraft movie. All right. What Eastern game would you like to watch? I think I answered this last time. Florida, Tampa. That's what I would like to watch. Yoshi's. I got to check that out. All right, more food. Who do I think will fill in for Brock Besser for next season? And how different will be when he's not playing for the Canucks? The team will be faster, admittedly. The team might not be as likable because everyone loves Brock. He's had some big goals, but he kind of disappears for a while. I think that's Lekaramäki's spot, but if it's not next season, it'll be 2 seasons from now. Do not like cabbage rolls. I look like a supervillain panning some bad panning or planning. I need to tell you about the bald spot on my head when I'm putting my head down. Okay, so Nuckelback, this is just for you. I don't know what music that is, but that's just some planning music there. That was just for you. I'm not going to see the show White live action. The ratings ain't good. Oh, huh? Oh, Snow White. Look how I read that, fangirl, because I read what you typed. I'm not going to see the show White live action. I know you're trying to say Snow White live action, but I read it the show White live action. Which is kind of funny because I was just talking about Caucasians and dynamite rolls. Okay, this is obviously descending into a sushi vlog, which is fine. I did not know Cali roll was made in Vancouver. Alaska rolls, Cali roll with salmon on top. Is Tocchet doing the same thing as Torts in Philly and trying to get fired? He didn't seem all that enthusiastic. Well, no, I don't think he's doing that. But I do remember when Torts was in his tail end of his season here, exact same vibe that he had in Philly this year. All right. Love all the sushi talk, but I think that is a great way to end off. We'll end with this. NHL is a parody. The Avs beat the Blackhawks in a shootout. Yeah, and they needed to score, I think, with 10 seconds left to make it go there. Last question. Which Canuck player will be most deserving to wear the other A? If of the guys that we have right now, You go Hughes. I could see it being someone like DeBrusque and Myers or DPD. Yeah, I get maybe. I'm just thinking fours, right? Or maybe Garland over DeBrusque. Now that I think about it, but if Besser's gone, yeah, that's something we can think about for sure. A sushi avalanche. That's pretty much what I ate for dinner tonight. On that note, thank you, friends. Actually, I'm going to change my bad joke to a sushi related joke just for you guys tonight, just to show that I can improvise on the fly. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. Thanks for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, subscribing on your way out. You can like the video. You can subscribe. You can leave a late donation. Thanks to my sponsors, Advanced Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Liu, Weight Loss Coach. And thanks to everyone who went above and beyond tonight. Adam Lee with a very early membership gift. Just incredible with the donation. And TLC with the late donation. I appreciate all of you for going above and beyond. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 11 p.m., ticket giveaway for Canucks versus Sharks. That's at least what we're planning to do, courtesy of friend of the show, Joshua Griffith. So make sure you come and be in the show by 11:15 at the very latest, so you don't lose your chance to get your name into the draw. I hope you guys have a great Thursday, and yeah, we'll just see what happens, what the Canucks say, if they practice tomorrow. They don't play again until Saturday hosting the Anaheim Ducks. Daniel, I'll send you your tickets tomorrow, and to everyone else, and Daniel, thank you for being here. Don't forget to rate the bad joke out of 10, and we'll go from there. And remember, Calvin. Oh, you want me to answer this? Answer me. Well, gee, yeah, I don't want you to think you just have to leave a donation. I answer everyone's question, but not when I'm trying to get off. But thank you for the donation. So I'll highlight the one that has the donation. You could have just waited till tomorrow, Calvin. But thank you for the late donation, Calvin. $2 donation. Do PD and Hoggy come back for the home games? I think Hoglander will be back as early as Saturday. And if not that, then the next game, because he was in a non-contact jersey and he's ready to go. PD, I'm not so sure. But let's just say that Hoglander will he'll be playing sooner as opposed to later. Hey, Film and Wax, as long as I'm not running off to my church, I don't mind these late donations. I will stay on as long as people keep donating. By the way, now I'm going to get to my hour, even though I wasn't planning to. Remember, I had that silly idea of doing one of those streams where I would set it for an hour minimum, and then I would stay on as long as people keep donating, I never came up with the rate, like you're doing $1 a minute or $1 for every 10 minutes or whatever it is. That was a dumb idea because I don't think anyone liked that idea. I think it had like some inertia for like one show, and then it kind of fell off the wayside. But maybe, just maybe, that's something that I'll look at for the summer. And sorry, I just want to hear your opinion. Plus, I don't mind. Well, I appreciate the donation. You know that I don't do that to make you donate, unlike other shows. Well, I get why Rinkwide does it because they have so many comments. There's no way they would get to even a fraction. So I take that back. And it's great and they actually give their money to charity, whereas I just keep it for myself because I'm such a greedy guy. So I take that completely back. I think it's great that Rink Wide takes donations. I think that's how you get your super chat read on their show because A, their show is way bigger than mine. B, that means there are way more people in the chat. And C, they actually give their money to charity, where I just keep it for myself and buy sushi with it. But at least I'm honest. And I'll treat Gail to something nice once in a while too. All right, now I'm done. Oh, wait a sec. I'm not done. Because you guys, we ain't done. Lucas Gates, the legend himself, with the late donation. Obviously a night that means a lot to him. Autism Acceptance Night. Lucas, I'm sure you were there advocating as well as you do. Been reading some of your stuff on socials about blue and red and gold. I won't get you started on that. And it was cool. It was cool that you were part of tonight. So thank you for the donation, Lucas. That was fun. Who cares about the loss? I'm focused on the theme night, as you should be. So let's give some love to legendary Lucas Gates in the chat. And we end off by saying, yes, We made the playoffs. That's the Abbotsford Canucks. All right. Anyone else want to leave a late donation? I will happily stay here not all night. But if not, I'm happy to go as well because I'm not here just for the money. I'm not here for the money. If I was here for the money, I'd be doing something else. I'm here because we're building some great community, and I'm grateful to all of you, however you support me, through donations, memberships, commenting, whatever it is. All right. Time to go. Remember, I'm changing my bad joke, so if you don't like this one, it's your fault. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. What did Sushi A... Okay, hold on a sec. You know what? I'm going to do this joke, and then I'll do another joke because line change came with the late donation. What did Sushi A say to Sushi B? Wasabi? Didn't you like that joke? I thought that was so good. How come there's no reaction? That was funny, you guys. Thank you to the TLC with a late donation. Another $5 donation. I appreciate you. No one's forcing me to do anything. I love it. I love it. I could just end the stream right now if I wanted to, which I probably will anyways, but not. I love the late donations and I love the spirit. What do you mean that was bad? That was so good. There we go. Such a dad. Too cringe, so it's funny. That was such a dad joke. I love it. Wasabi. Yeah, that's like the bud. Wasabi's good for colds. Don't get me wrong. I was laughing. You know what I'm not laughing about? Another late donation. Because, friends, we ain't done. We got Swervin Yrvin with the sushi emojis. Oh, now I'm hungry again. Coming in with a $3 donation. This is great. Thank you very much for that, Swervin Yrvin. I appreciate you. You seem like the type of guy who could pound back some sushi as well. I mean that in the most complimentary way. All right, friends, you guys are awesome. Thank you for all the late donations. That's earned you at least one more joke. So I will get that ready. And it's kind of bad. No, this is great. No, never apologize, Calvin. Never, ever apologize if it means a stream of late donations. All right, buddies, friends, my friends, we ain't done. Let's give some love to my man, Fillmore Wax, member for 26 months, saying, do you see yourself judging a sushi contest? Well, you guys have seen my shirt, my green shirt, right? That's the way I roll. I'll wear that one tomorrow night. So given all the sushi talk, I'll pull out my favorite sushi shirt. You guys have seen it, my green one. That's the way I roll. By the way, I tried wearing that to do a goal breakdown video, forgetting that the whole point of a green screen is you're not supposed to wear green in front of it. So basically, I didn't look naked. Don't get too excited. I just blended in the background. So it looked like the players were skating across my chest. That didn't sound right. Would I be a good judge in a sushi contest? I'm pretty biased, I must admit. I'm already biased towards the salmons and the sashimis of the world and against, like I said, the Caucasian sushi. So I might not be the most unbiased judge. Love the question though. Love the question. You know, Chinese food is hit and miss. You dim some, you lose some. Thank you. I just love how I can work those in. All right, so I've done a sushi joke. I've done a dim sum joke. And I think it is time to go. So see you tomorrow night. I'll be wearing my green sushi shirt and we will give away some tickets. But I guess we can't because we ain't done. Shout out to Swervin Yrvin, $3 donation. What's your opinion of katsu? I like dog su more. Oh no, katsu, you meaning like katsudon, pork? It's good. I like it. I know it's a big thing in Asia, like especially in the Philippines. There's all these katsudon places. I think it's okay. It's not my favorite, but I think when it's done well, it tastes really, really good. Thank you. Let's give some love to Swervin Yrvin for that late donation. This is gonna go on forever. I don't mind. Well, I do got to work tomorrow, but I'm okay. You guys know I'm a night owl. And hey, I've done 24 hours. An hour 5 isn't going to kill me. This conversation speaks to my heart. Yeah, you know what I think I'm going to do is I think during the off season, I'm just going to do shows. I probably can't call it Clay's Canucks commentary. I have to think of a different C in the middle. But I think I'll do like one show on food, one show on travel. And I'm not experts in any of these things, but I like to talk and I like to make things up and make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. And I love to, most importantly, get feedback from you. So maybe that's what I'll do. Like maybe one show a week in the summer. I'll do one on food, one on travel, one on, hobbies, one on music, one on other sports, one on being good looking. There's so many things that we can do. Okay, let us, I think we're onto something here for sure. A mukbang. People want all night, 24 hours. Not tonight, you guys. Summer sushi, yes. Cooking live stream. As long as we keep donating as 24-hour stream, that's very kind. But that's very kind. Cooking with Clay, more like then it'll be hospital with Clay. Sarah, you like that idea about different types of shows in the summer? I think so. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, if I was to do a cooking, or maybe I get one of you come over here and you teach me how to cook. Oh, another thing, I want to do a bowling stream. I'll do a ping pong stream. I think there are a lot of good ideas that we can do. I don't know if I'm going to build my subscriber base or have it all fall apart for sure. I see mukbang and I say mukbang, but I don't like to say bang a lot. That didn't sound right. Ian, how do you get in with a 269? Like I seen 279. That seems like it's a standard one. But did you have to enter this specifically? Thank you, Ian, for the $3 donation. I appreciate you. Look at that, $3. The $1 for every win that you saw live this year at the arena. I'm just kidding. So let's give some love to Ian in the chat. Let the man rest. No, I'm good. Good night from Parksville. Good night. Clay's Pot Delights. No, I don't smoke that. Oh, no, you mean like clay pot. I get it. Okay, Jessica, I'm with you. Do a cookout. No, Clay, no way. What did I just say? Do a cookout, barbecue stream. What's going on? I was just testing if it would work. It did. Someone just sent you a donation. We ain't done. I just did it, Simon. Thank you. Might hurt if we tried to cook Clay. Yeah, in more ways than one. What's legging mean? Or laughing. What are you laughing at? What's going on? I don't know. People like Justin, Yrvin, Simon, Fangirl, Coach Rob, Shannon, Carol, Lucas, all you guys that Taylor, all you guys, Harry. I can keep going. So many of you that have been here so long, you know that the longer I go on a show, the more uninhibited I become, and I become loopy Clay or late night Clay. I'm not there just yet, but maybe that's something that we can look forward to more in the off season as well. Man, Pete's like, man, can this guy just talk about Canucks? I was for 45 minutes, and then I've been trying to leave the stream. Hronik and Marcus Pettersson have been awful. Yeah, I know it's weird. I think Hughes and Hronik are fine, and then Marcus Pettersson and Myers are fine. I don't think Hughes and Myers and then Hronik and Marcus Pettersson are great. The 2 more Shan streams, yeah, we got to get those back in. This happens at least once a month. Now what do we do? No, Beer Bear, I'm trying to leave. I want to sleep, but this... Yeah, Taylor, you trying to get me in trouble? I don't say any of those kind of language. What kind of language is that? Now we have to stay on a bit longer. CUC, Clay's Unhinged Commentary. I like that, Erwin. They also call me CUC for Creepy Uncle Clay, but that's a story for another stream. Clay After Dark, only $2.99 per minute. That just sounds really bad, but really good. Wait for the off season. Clay has some ideas. I haven't seen Loopy Clay. You're starting to see a little bit right now, Calvin. Oh no, we're talking about the Canucks again. Clay's cuisine. Let Clay. Harry, you don't know I have a busy day tomorrow. I actually don't have a busy day tomorrow, but I appreciate the love. Okay, this is a disaster. What happened here? People on the podcast, if anyone listens, I think half watch it and half listen. They're going to be wondering what the heck is going on. Okay, I think I'm done. I do better get going. Got a couple things to do before I go to bed. So thank you, everyone. This is what I did thank people for. Adam, Justin, and TLC. But then the latest bit has been Calvin, Lucas, TLC, Irvin, Fillmore, Irvin, and Ian. So we had 3 donations as part of the show proper, another 7 donations afterwards. I love it. Clay's Kitchen Chronicles, maybe a sleeping stream, the Deviants new membership tier. Yeah, but would that be above Legend? If Quinn was a sushi roll, oh, that's easy. Sleepy roll. That's him. I love this 24-hour stream. Not right now, man. I got to go to work in 8 hours. You know it's bad because Coach Rob's been trying to leave just as much as I have. He said goodnight like 5 minutes ago. Daniel, I'll still send you the tickets tomorrow, I promise. He would be one so good you would want more, Irvin. He would be one so... Oh, you mean Quinn Hughes. I thought you were talking about me. Good night from Nelson. This is the funniest live stream. I've had some doozies, but this one's been pretty good. If Myers... Oh, that's giraffe roll. That's a simple one too. Or the neck roll. That does not sound good at all. Okay, we'll do this. Dude, I love this shiitake mushrooms. Coach Rob, dang night. Jessica, you got to type better. I think you're saying Coach Rob saying night like 6 times. And which Canuck dinner will you have dinner at a sushi place? Quinn Hughes, very thoughtful. And I think he would be great. Okay. We are now about 15 minutes past where I wanted to be, but it's because you guys have been so generous and the comments have been absolutely hilarious. But, oh my gosh, I'm laughing too hard. I'm crying. How much would a Pedersen roll cost? You know that answer, 14.6 or 13.6. I messed that up. 11.6. See, I messed that up again. Can you imagine if you made 13.6? 116, 11.6, 11.6. Love this stream. Okay. Any other completely random questions before I go? I'm going to do 1 minute. 1 minute of completely random. So it's got to be a completely random question. No, I'm going to do 2 minutes. And then I'm going for sure. So 2 minutes of completely random questions, not Canucks related. 2 minutes. And I'm going to try and answer them like kind of funny too. What is the meaning of life? Okay. And I guess it's not going to be that funny. What is the meaning of life? Love, sacrifice, service. How's that? Sarah, don't lie. Your pits were sweating even before I pressed go live, but I think now you just have pools or flooding under your arms. That sounds disgusting. What's going on here? Sushi with Sherwood. Yeah, sushi with Suter. Sushi with Susie. Actually, that would be the best one. But he's traded now. Thank you, Harry Ma. Let's give Harry some love for the $2 donation. Where do you cut my hair? I do it myself. Can't you tell? Some would have asked me if Stevie Wonder has cut my hair. I think that's very rude. No, I cut my hair. I do it all myself. And then Gil finishes off the back and the sides. Do you see any Vancouver Canadian game in the summer? No, I rarely go, but maybe this will be the summer where I change it. I work 2 blocks from it. Like I work across from Eric Hamber. I could just walk up to Nat Bailey. To be or not to be? That is indeed the question. Are you saying tubby or not tubby? Then that's very mean, Nuckelback. Where did I leave the remote control? Are you trying to turn me off or turn me up? Don't say turn me on. What is going on tonight? Harry Hype. This is a song that will never end. It's probably felt like 24 hours to you. How much sushi could you buy for 11.6 million? Enough to probably give me food poisoning for the next year. Cena Champ, I don't know if they'll give it to him. Clay's Creations, I like that. I'm glad you're going to go to dinner happy. Do I smell what the Rockets cooking? I like to see him get back involved in the storyline. Canucks might suck, but love how we remain happy. Yeah, this is Manpreet, that is a perfect way to end. Because this is, in essence, even though they've been on a death march for the last week or two, this is, in essence, the night that the season ended for the Canucks, and yet we've had our most memorable stream in a long time. CCC, Clay's Culinary Creation, yes. If you were to judge a competition, what competition would I judge and why? Well, if I was single, I'd say bikini competition, but that is very not proper. I would judge a food competition. I would actually love to judge a music competition. I think that would be cool. Yeah, music competition, but I don't know if maybe a public speaking competition. I'm just trying to think of things that I think I'm good at. Would I ever do a sushi competition? Do you mean eating or making? My nickname was Sushi Master in high school, by the way. I see John Cena. I like what he's doing right now. Clay said dinner, not sleep. What are you talking about? Good. Coach Rob says, good morning from Parksville. I love it. I can't even type laughing so hard. Coach Rob, good morning from Parksville, but I need to get some sleep. Yes, it does feel like the dream is over. Hey, Jeff, are you in Vancouver or are you in Toronto? Because you're 3 a.m. They haven't been the same since about mid-season last year. That is fair. Clay's the best. Man, Preet, you are the best. What's the most random answer to a question you'll give on a Family Feud show? The most random answer? Probably something about my body, and then they'll probably kick me off of the show. Battle of the Bands, we could do that. I'm a huge WWE fan. We talk about this almost at the end, not of every stream, but I could go on and on for WWE. I watch every show still. I know I'm a grown 50-year-old man watching men wrestle each other in their underwear. Eating competition. I could do okay for like 5 minutes. Oh, you're in Vancouver still? That's cool. What happened? I just woke up. Are you serious? We've been going strong for the last 20 minutes. What did one clay pot say to the other? Okay, what, Jessica? You got me. What did one clay pot say to the other? As soon as you answer this, I will end off the stream. What show would you attend? Canada's Got Talent or singing competition? I like an overall talent show, I think, because I appreciate like magic and comedy and stuff like that. You crack me up. Very good, Jessica. Remind me never to ask you for a joke to end off one of my streams. What would my talent be? Well, obviously live streaming. Like, come on. Being good looking. Come on. No, if I was actually to go on a true talent show, I could do the piano, but I'm just okay. Like compared to really, I might do public speaking, to be honest with you. Like spontaneous public speaking. Did we just become best friends? Yep. Step Brothers reference. I've never seen it, but I'm with you. Jessica's the GOAT. What's the best wrestling match? Canucks versus themselves. Wait, is that supposed to be a joke, man? Reader? I can't breathe. All right. Spell check. Clay. Let's go. Time to go to bed. Hey, don't bug Harry about his spelling. He just like he can't be any worse than Jessica. Have you seen the way she types? My bowling talent's not bad. Maybe my talent is just thinking that I'm good at some too many things, which I'm not. But you know what I'm good at? Horrible bad jokes. So you like the laugh? Thank you. I'm leaving. By the way, last thing, if you guys still want to be online or search the web or whatever, I got to take care of a couple things and then go to bed. But if you look at just my YouTube channel, you'll find some pretty funny videos on there, especially some older ones, but anything that has to do with my kids, especially when they were younger. If you want to look up like some of my early videos, look up the Ultimate Canucks Hockumentary, like documentary, hockumentary, like hockey. So look up anything that I did when my kids were younger, and I think you have a good kick out of it. Because I got to go. This was fun, and I thank you that you guys like my laugh. What's this? Canucks on Dark. Clay's face was so close to camera, and Parker was so nonchalant. I was laughing. So Jessica, I'll say this, and Parker knows this because I say this to him all the time. And this is the last thing, and then I'll really go for sure. Parker and I, we have a very unique friendship relationship. Like it's based on trust and respect. We both know the game. We both articulate it in different ways. And there's some funny stories of when we first got to know each other. Parker was very hungry and he wanted to really make it big in the YouTube world. And he's done very well for himself, but he also, he doesn't like doing content when the Canucks aren't good, which is totally fair. I totally get that. Heck, I'm the guy who does goal reviews only when the Canucks win. But you could probably tell, even on the screen, we have great chemistry. Like we trust each other, even the way we've kind of learned to know. I know when he talks, when he's going to end. He knows when I talk, I get all excited. But I really have to play the funny guy to his straight guy. You know what I mean by straight, meaning steady, even keel. And it's our show, but he's kind of like the mastermind behind it. He sets up the tech and he sets the vision, even though we don't do a lot of that. But you can probably tell that Parker, this is a totally extended stream, but Parker, I love the guy. We get along just fine, but I'm sure there's a sense of humor in there somewhere. But I don't see it a lot because usually we're just getting on the stream right before 2 minutes before we start. We say goodbye 2 minutes after it ends. So we don't have a lot of small talk, and we text, we talk about the show, we talk about the Canucks, all that good stuff. I've met him a couple times, but I think wouldn't it be fascinating if we reversed it for one show and I was kind of like the serious guy and then I let him be the funny guy. I don't know if we could pull it off. Like, do you guys think that we could pull off a show where he's cracking jokes and he's the animated one and he's moving into the camera, moving out, and then I'm the one just kind of still and not boring, but kind of stoic and keeping the show going and being articulate and being the steady Eddie, and then having him be up and down? I don't know. Let me know. Actually, that's what I'd like to answer for the last 2 minutes. And then I'm going to go for sure. I'm asking you, could you see a world where we do Canucks After Dark opposite, and I'm the steady, he's not like a unemotional, but he's the more serious one. I think that's fair to say. And I'm the more erratic one, the more goofy one, the more funny one. I'm not saying I have a better sense of humor than him, but I just haven't seen a sense of humor yet. He's the type though, when he says something funny, because it's so rare, it's really funny. And I'm working hard to stifle my laughter. Okay, that was 3 minutes of just absolutely nonsense. I've had 10 last things. I know. I told you this story before, Clay. What story? What was the story, Yrvin? Tell me the story again. Take care, TLC. From about sorry, you're telling me the story now. From about 2011 to 2020, I wasn't aware you were still on YouTube, so it was really cool finding your stream. Thank you. Like, Clay was laughing and pointing, and Parker was just smiling. That happens like 10 times every show. The haiku video. That was a classic. He's definitely the straight man in the duel. I think I know what you're saying. Vince McMahon and Jesse the Body. Interesting. This is why Clay is the king of the Positivity Club or the Late Night Show Club. No, Clay, you can't be serious. Jessica, I can be serious. Which one is Vince, Parker, and Clay? Yes. Because Parker is more on the introverted side and you're extrovert. You think, Sarah? Serious, Clay. Where did Taylor go? I don't know. Let the viewers pick what you like to do in the summer. Okay. Oh, sorry. So that was a serious comment. Yes, Simon, that's a good answer. If I phone Parker now, he'd kill me. The guy goes to bed super early. The guy's falling asleep half the time on Canucks After Dark. Not because he's boring, but because I'm keeping him up late. Like, he would probably go earlier if he wanted to. I would go later if I had my druthers. You want to sleep? Hey, no one's stopping you, Taylor. I think you guys could do a switch for a bit, but it's hard to picture it lasting for a whole show. I agree. Swap roles. Too bad April Fools. Clay adds color like Jesse the Body. I think it's like a yin and yang with you and Parker, and it makes the perfect pair. Thank you, Sarah. No, we trust each other very much. He is quite funny. He can be quite dry. Yeah, no, he's funny. He's funny. Do a Canucks After Dark when Parker has to act like Clay and Clay has to act like Parker. Oh, I don't know if anyone wants that. And I think he'd get mad at me. Like, there's nothing that he could do imitating me that would offend me. But I think if I imitated him, I would somehow end up offending him. Do you guys agree with that? I totally think I'm right on this. He could not do or say a thing in imitating me that would offend me. That's kind of the whole point of this conversation, right? Whereas if I try to imitate him, I think I'd make him mad. Why so serious? Yeah, just like that little reel that Kayla and I did. Why is everyone acting so serious? The Jesse J price tag song. Oh, here we go. What did Clay say to the Potter? I don't know. I'd buy a book of all your Canucks haiku. Thank you, Filmer. That's true. You go through Twitter, there's a lot. I can see Parker's eyes drooping when the stream is. You guys should just start typing. Wake up, man. Parker is very good with the tech reviews. Oh, does he do tech reviews? I did not know that. Okay, I got to give him props for that then. I'm trying to find my shape in life. Okay. Do a Parker impression. No. This is maybe on a member stream, Yrvin. This is public. He might find it. And I'd have to actually work on it. For sure. No Parker impression. No, you guys are trying to get me in trouble. Canucks After Dark is so funny. I'm always laughing because you're laughing so hard because Parker talks so funny, but you're laughing and it makes me laugh. Jessica, I'll take it. You should do more game night streams over the summer and maybe include more games. Okay. No, I'm not going to be like Parker for a minute. He is going to find this. No, he doesn't watch my stuff, so he probably won't find it. But no, I'm still not going to do it because I'll end up saying something or doing something that I cannot walk back. And everyone that's still watching, 200 people still watching on X, and another 50 still watching YouTube. So there's 250 people watching me ramble at 12:30 in the morning Pacific Daylight Time. I think it is time to go. So you guys are awesome. Do I like taiko music? No, I presume that's Japanese music, but no, I don't know enough about it. Help, Sarah. Parker seems very sensitive. Okay, I don't. I don't want to get into analyzing like our emotional and mental well-being or strength. I don't know if he's sensitive. I just, you know what it is? I have like 25, 26 years on him. I think I'm just more experienced. And I've learned, this has nothing to do with Parker. I'm talking about me. Surprise, surprise. I have learned not to take myself too seriously. I always say I have a lot of serious responsibilities. Dad, husband, director, youth worker, religious education director, vlogger, all those things. I have a lot of serious responsibilities, but I don't take myself too seriously. I'm not at all saying that Parker takes himself too seriously. No, he's very humble and he's very good at what he does in his work and everything and in his Canuck stuff. But I do think that he does have more of a guard up for sure. But I think that just comes with self-awareness and, quite frankly, the fact that I don't care what people say about me. Honestly, I think that's fair to say, right? San Jose Taiko, one of the best ensembles. Calvin, no, you cannot buy me. I appreciate the donation, Calvin, but no, I will not throw my partner under the bus. I've probably already said enough, but still, thank you for the $2 donation. Appreciate it. Not to be a downer, but I just heard tonight that Oiler podcaster Bruce McCurdy passed away last night. I'm not an Oilers fan, but Bruce and David Staples show is similar to Canucks. I did not know this. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you passing that on. I will look that up tonight before I go to bed for sure. Okay, no, we're not going to pull an all-nighter. I have to go. Have a great morning. If he doesn't want to act, no, it's all good, Tyler. This is all fun. Clay's expressions are so funny. Thank you. If you could be on any game here, what type of game? Huh? Do you mean game show? I think I'd be really good at Family Feud or Pressure Lock, one of the two. You're big brothering him. You mean in a good way or bad way? Yrvin, I'm really curious. Oh, that's a Breaking Bad reference. Okay, I have no clue. Oh, this is the Breaking Bad reference. How big does Pile Money have to be? I have no clue what we're doing anymore. You don't have to. Thank you. It's okay, Clay, because if Parker had your personality, the whole stream would be just laughing. Yeah, and then it would be annoying. Can you imagine a stream with two of me? It would be horrible. Although when Jacob comes on, I think that's pretty close. Price is Right is a good show. Okay, it is now 12:30. I don't know what just happened for the past half an hour, but I think it was a lot of fun. So thank you. I already did my goodbyes. My thank you to my sponsors. Thanks to everyone who contributed. So I am just going to do my bad joke and get the heck out of here. So thanks, everyone. You guys are awesome. I can't guarantee that any other show in the history of my lifetime is going to be this fun. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun tonight. I love what we're building here. On a night where the Canucks basically, their season ended, we are here going half an hour overtime, talking about sushi, my podcast partners, and my laugh and other things. Okay, I'm going. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. What do you call an Irishman who bounces off the walls? An Irishman who bounces off the walls. Well, his name is Rick O'Shea. Rick O'Shea. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.